it's time to hear the truth again. This time, the truth, this one is for our political leaders, our leaders in Africa. I think it's time for our leaders in Africa to come out and tell us how many kinds of democracy we have in Africa. And if there are different kinds of democracy or different types of democracy, which one are we operating in Africa? It's time for them to tell us. They should tell us the one we are operating, because this thing that they are operating in Africa as democracy, it doesn't look like the one other people they are operating elsewhere. The democracy in Africa does not look like the democracy in other parts of the world. So we will need them to come out and tell us, if there are different types of democracy, which one are we practicing in Africa? Because I don't understand this kind of democracy in Africa. Where the leaders use state institutions to oppress the citizens, to oppress opposition parties, to oppress the masses, to oppress the common man. I don't understand this kind of democracy. Democracy is supposed to be all about rule of law. Supposed to be about rule of law. So they should tell us what type of democracy we are practicing in Africa. Everything about democracy is about the people and the rule of law. Under democracy, everything about democracy is supposed to be through the rule of law. Under democracy, every state institution is supposed to be totally independent. They are not answerable to the government. They are answerable to the people. But the kind of democracy we see in Africa, the state institutions, all of them, they are answerable to the president or to the leaders of the country. That is not democracy. Democracy, every state institution is supposed to be totally independent. The government does not interfere, especially the state institutions like the judiciary, the electoral commission, the police, the military, and the media, free press in the country. All these agencies, all these institutions that I just mentioned are supposed to be totally independent. You don't use them against the people. You don't use them against the opposition. They are supposed to be independent. A president is not supposed to be the one to appoint who leads the electoral system. The electoral commission, the head of electoral commission, is not supposed to be appointed by a president. It's supposed to be appointed by the people. So why is it the president? Why is it the president that is electing who becomes the electoral head? You use the state institution like the police, the soldiers, the army, the judiciary to oppress the common man. The judiciary is supposed to be the last hope of the common man. So why is it different in Africa? Why do you want to use it against the people? Why? You are supposed to allow these people to work independently, so that when the electoral process is free, fair, and credible, when anybody come out as a loser, when you don't win, you go back to the drawing board. You congratulate the winner, go back to the drawing board. At the end of the day, the next time you can try to compete if you can see if you can win. But in Africa, you use it against the opposition. You use it against the citizens. Because you want to stay in power, because you want power by all means, by force. A president or a sitting president should not be the one electing, appointing the person that will lead the electoral commission, because that person will do your own bid. That person will do the bid of his master. He will do the bid of the person who hired him. Election cannot be free and fair in such a situation. It cannot be free and fair in such a situation. The judiciary too. A government are not supposed to interfere in anything in the judiciary. The judiciary is supposed to be independent, so that even common man can get justice from the judiciary. When common man drag even government to court, at the end of the day we get justice there. No matter who you are, a common man that doesn't have money can drag you to the court and get justice in the courtroom. You don't have to interfere in this, in the military, in the police, in the judiciary, in the electoral commission. You don't have any interference there. They are supposed to be totally independent. They don't depend on anybody. That is democracy for you. You don't use this institution to oppress other people, to oppress the citizens. No. That is why I'm saying the leaders should come out and tell us what kind of democracy we are operating in Africa. Where they use these institutions to oppress the common man, to oppress the opposition, to impose themselves on people. They must tell us what kind of opposition or what kind of democracy we are operating. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to me. Our leaders must hear this. Share this video to one day to get to our leaders, to get to people who really want to hear this. That our state institution should be left totally independent. They should be independent. They should not be answerable to anyone. They should be totally independent. Don't use it to oppress anybody. Share this video to your leaders. Share this video to everyone in your countries. Wherever you can see this video, share it. Follow us on all our social media channels, so that together we can build a better Africa. Thank you, and thank you very much. May God bless you. Bye.